talking to Fernando, I wonder?
Mateus to take the corner. Miola in trouble. Was the ball across? Oh! It looked like it was in, and it is. It's a goal. A goal for Germany off the corner kick.
I don't know, Rick. I think Tony Miola may have been impeded going for this ball or ran into Schultz, but he didn't get to it, and I think it was really his ball. Let's take a look.
I think Tony simply misjudges this ball because it goes over his head, and now he's off the line. He's helpless. Ball deflects off of a couple of players, gets in past the goal line. The way the rule is that once the ball has crossed the line or crossed the plane that exists with the line there, it is in fact a goal.
It was right on the line. It looked like it. Klinsmann, Jurgen Klinsmann, now with his third goal in 2 games, puts Germany temperature of Washington last Thursday. So long ball coming down to Waverly. Off the chest, the shot to center, the score! And look who it is, Thomas Dooley.
Controlling the ball, turns like goal scorers do to shoot the ball at the goal. His shot is errant, but goes across the mouth of the goal for Thomas Dooley to redirect. Once again, excellent control by Roy Wagerly. His shot across the mouth of the goal. Thomas Dooley doing what he does so well, Seamus. You mentioned it, timing his runs forward.
A tremendous run by Dooley, getting by Guido Buchwald, who was the sweeper. He outpaced him, victimized Germans, and the Germans had 10 players on the field at that point because the injured player, Bein, had not come back on.
Out into a general area, Rick, not at a specific player.
And that's what the United States team has to do, because you can't keep giving the ball back to Germany. They'll come at you like nothing you've ever seen before.
The long cross over to Sigi. The header, the score!
We talked about his ability to use his head, but we talked about it in conjunction with his jumping ability. Well, there we saw his diving ability. Riedla is just a goal scorer by instinct, and you serve it anywhere near him, he's going to get a head on it, a foot on it, and Tony really with not much of a chance there because a terrific diving header from Riedla.
Seamus, what you want to do as a defender is always keep yourself between the man with the ball and the guy you're guarding. John Doyle lets Riedla get inside of him, therefore getting a beat on the ball and able to direct it on target.
And Seeger with a very high-quality service in here, and a wonderful diving header. Just a class.
Possession today, Rick, has to be 2-1 in favor of Germany.
Which is exactly the way that they like to play, Roger. They want to keep control of the ball. They want to work their game plan with possession, and they're doing an excellent job.
Kohler, the shot, the save! Score! Riedla!
What a blast from outside that set that one up. Riedla with the goal, with the easy rebound for Riedla to knock away. But a tremendous shot by Jürgen Kohler, who comes forward from his central defensive position to crack that shot off the crossbar. Look at this shot from about 20 yards, 25 yards under the crossbar, hits the crossbar, comes down, not over the line, but Riedla, ever the opportunist, ready to knock it in.
And Seamus, you got to remember, anytime there's a shot back towards your goal, you've got to follow the ball. The shot here is a blast. Tony deflecting it off the post, but Riegel follows the shot up, whereas John Doyle slows down a little bit, and he's got himself a wide open tap in front of the goal.
Look at this shot, and watch this touch by Miola. If we can just see it, a little touch down off the crossbar. That's an interesting shot, and it's very easy there for Riedla to just. The fatigue factor here, Rick. The U.S. players have done a tremendous amount of defensive running here.
There's a man open on the far side, Effenberg. Armstrong giving chase. And the Germans with space to center. The head to score! Riedla!
be able to execute like that, defenders have got to be a little bit more controlled about their runs and their tackles and so forth. Miola had really no chance there. But look at Effenberg, wide open, once again ghosting through at the back. Nobody tracked him down. Armstrong comes over, doesn't get close enough to him, and once again nobody trailing Riedle closely enough, and it's an easy diving header for him. Armstrong goes over. He's in a lot of trouble here because Effenberg has the skill to go around him, so he slows down. Instead, the quality cross, and Riedle just beautifully nodding it home for the 4th goal.
And Seamus, also important to note is that John Doyle leaves his man, gets caught trying to track both the ball and the player. Riedle ends up setting him up.
Bureau of Tourism, Illinois, don't miss it. And by Budweiser, fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your bud. The next segment of the game is presented commercial-free by World Cup USA 94, and it's a goal by Ernie Stewart. Don't miss it for the world, folks. Ernie Stewart with his first goal in international play.
This play starts by Mike Lapper just pounding the ball down the field. What does an Ernie Stewart do to your team? Speed. Running on to the end of that pass. Kupka coming out of his goal. Ernie just slots it into a completely empty net.
Tremendous speed by Stewart. This is just what we talked about, how he would give a different look from Winalda. Puts it between the keeper's legs and it rolls just over the line. But that's why Ernie Stewart is such an exciting addition, and frankly, very often a greater sub than a starter, because he's the kind of guy who really surprises you coming in off the bench. Great ball from Lapper, but a superb run by Stewart, very composed, which you got to have that composure, and just nudging it over the line there.
And an incredibly difficult
Village, really a nice young guy.
Had a great Olympic Games for the United States in Barcelona, played very well over there.
Long ball by Harks into the box. The header! The score! Thomas Dooley!
Unbelievable. Koepka says it didn't go in, but it sure did go in. What a day for Dooley. You know, Roger, the German press at halftime were saying the final score will be 5-1.
Now the chant, USA.
John Harks on the cross here. He plays it just long towards the back end of the goal. Thomas Dooley putting all kinds of power on that ball with his head, generating sufficient power to beat the goalkeeper from almost 15 yards away.
And a perfect header because he heads it down towards the goal line, which is difficult for the keeper to get to. So he has to get that bounce. It's almost impossible to get there and keep it out.
Unofficially, the 80th minute, Thomas Dooley's second goal of the day. And boy, that was a big-time play right there from way out in the box.
That's huge, and the angle that we've got here doesn't quite show the ball crossing the goal line, because it is not important what the goalkeeper does. It is